Are we live? All
We
right, we are
live.
live, everybody. What's up, everybody? I'm your guy Z Fly. That's right. We're here popping up again for another pop up show of the Keeping It Real Hot and Fresh show. And of course, I'm joined with my co host with the most, Mr. Troy Weeks and Music. There he
What's
go, right
goody?
there. You know what I'm saying? So everybody, just to let you know, once again, we are doing pop-up shows. In case you missed it last time, pop-up shows is definitely we're just kind of popping up here and there. Season 4 of the Keeping It Real Hot and Fresh show, should have started back in September, but right now we got a few things going on behind the scenes. But you know what I'm saying? Just know that we're always trying to bring you all, our audience, our guests, our listeners, our fans, our people, the best show possible. So yeah, so right now we are doing pop-up shows, but don't worry because guess what? The pop-up shows we're gonna be popping up with like great interviews. Like for example, tonight we got a great interview with a trainer, an author, a veteran, so much more. Mr. Duncan Kirkwood. We'll be talking with him a little bit later in the show. He's gonna be telling us all how what I'm saying we can. Even though we're in a pandemic, what I'm saying, we still got to keep that resilience. We still got to, what I'm saying, have those goals. And he's gonna tell us and teach us and help us out on how, what I'm saying, to not give up, to not feel like, all is lost, all that's coming up. You don't want to miss the interview. And then, of course, we got some other great things. You know what I'm saying? We know we got that drunk off the juice that your boy Troy Weeks and Music will be delivering a little bit later in the show. And tonight we're going to be talking about some of these celebrities who's even in a pandemic, they still thirsty as fuck. Right. So we got all that coming up. Okay. So definitely be sure to tune in. Be sure to let all your peoples know that we are live right now. That's right. To keep it
I
real hot.
shared it.
Yeah, we live right now. You listen, keep it raw and fresh pop up show. We live right now. So let everybody know. Everybody, be sure to comment on our YouTube page. Also on YouTube, be sure to subscribe, like, and share. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? That's the routine of YouTube. You gotta subscribe, you gotta like, you gotta share. And if you're looking at us on Facebook, definitely be sure to follow us on Facebook as well. Cause we definitely keep it raw and fresh with you all of the time. All right, but let me go ahead and join in my co-host, Mr. Troy Weeks Music. Troy, how you doing? How you feeling? What's going on with you?
I'm
You
good. I'm in the
know?
building. First of all, this is our last show of the year, right?
Yeah,
So
it really is.
last pop of the year. So I do have some good news. Be paying attention to your boy because I have two singles coming out.
What?
And about the new year, for the new year, technically. G Groove and I have been working on Money for some time, and it's just finally waiting for the video to get edited, and that's going to be coming out soon. So we'll have Money by G Groove, and January 1st at noon, I'm going to release my single Harlem Salsa. So
Okay.
be ready to shake it up with me.
Okay. Look at you doing your own thing. You know me. I'm already a fan of Troy Weeks music, so I'm definitely gonna be looking out for all of this good stuff that you are bringing to the peoples. So thank you so much for
Okay. Thank you for being a
that.
supporter because you've been to numerous of shows. You popped up and didn't say nothing. And
you
you've
know,
always, been a great support. And so thank you.
I was there.
I was there. I synced it for myself.
Okay. I love it. All right, so let's definitely go ahead and get this show started with our first segment of tonight, which is the mailbox. Okay, you know what I'm saying? We're going to open that mailbox again and figure out what we're talking about tonight. So let's get started. All right, everybody. So tonight's mailbox topic is most males are known to be overly promiscuous creatures. That's what they say about poor little old males. Can you believe that? But are but are males designed to be with one person for life? So that is the mailbox topic of tonight. Once again, most males are known to be overly promiscuous creatures, but are males designed to be with one person for life? So, Mr. Troy, with if you don't mind, can I start with this? If you don't mind,
No, no, it's okay. You can start. Take it away.
take it away. So you know what? This topic is very interesting because from movies to TV shows to just real life people, I kind of people watch. You know what I'm saying? Not like a stalker or anything, but you know what I'm saying? I people watch, meaning that I just look at people's mannerisms and how they act. And lately, no, not even lately. Men or males, they have the tendency to feel like they should just kind of be with more than one person. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times you even heard back in the day that spread your seed around. You know what I'm saying? I think also too, if you think of biblical times, a lot of times a lot of those men will have wives and concubines and things like that. So I just think that just kind of passed down throughout history and throughout the DNA or whatever. I feel like a male can be with one woman or one person. I do feel like a male can be monogamous, but I just feel like that because of how tradition has been for a male, that males just have this excuse to I'm a man. I've even heard men say, "Oh, I'm a
Mm-hmm.
man." You
I've
know what I'm
heard it.
saying? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm a man. You know what I'm saying? I gotta be with more than one woman. You know, sometimes men feel like if they have like a lot of baby mamas, to them, even though it looks kind of disturbing to to society, but a lot
Mm-hmm.
of those men like it because they feel like, oh, you know what I'm saying? You know, because they look at it as a form of they're passing their name along around different people or something crazy. I don't know. But
Right.
yeah, but my thing is I feel like the majority uh I don't think that males are designed to be with one person. I don't feel like they're designed to. Troy, what do you think? Oh no, not back to me. Hold on.
Here
Okay,
I
you listen.
is.
There you
Here
go.
I is. Yeah. So I feel like when it comes to men being designed, first of all, we were designed to be men of integrity and be able to, do the right thing and not be out here
Yeah,
being a whore in the streets. No, but I feel like when we were created to be with someone. There's someone for everybody. I feel like men being promiscuous is more of a thing, like you said, of time that has happened, that has been, sort of looked over because men are men, right? And so I feel like when it comes to the promiscuous of men, that's just something that you're not born with being promiscuous. That's something you end up being if you choose to be.
right.
And so I feel like for me, I do believe that men can be monogamous and be with one person. I feel like they just have to know that that person loves them, is there for them, and gonna be their ride or die. You know what I mean? We want that ride or die. You know what I'm saying? Like they want to
Yeah,
feel that. If they feel that, I feel like they can definitely be with that one person. But it's hard to find that ride or die because you gotta too much of your attention is it might be here, but their attention might be all over. So especially nowadays with online dating and all that stuff, it's hard to really focus. So I feel like people are, being promiscuous because it's so easy to be one, and two, it's so hard to be monogamous because it's hard to find. So that's my little 2 cents.
yeah. I love your 2 cents, but also I want to kind of say that a lot of times because. Just like you said, a lot of guys they want that ride or die. You know what I'm saying? They want that female or male or whoever in their life. You know what I'm saying, to kind of be loyal to them. But also that male, he has to be loyal as well. You could, you know what I'm saying. You hear it and you see it a lot where a lot of times males they want people to be loyal to them, but they're not. They won't be loyal. Especially like what I'm saying, especially with whenever it's a man and a female. I know a lot of times the man feel like the female should do so much, and she shouldn't be around other men, or she shouldn't do things to put to make herself look a certain way. But then that same male who want his woman to look so innocent and so pure and so loyal to him, then you'll find him maybe around females at work. You know what I'm saying? Females maybe flirting with him instead of
Mm-hmm.
shutting down. He kind of likes it a little bit. So
Seeing
yeah,
we still got it. You know how
you
people
guys.
do.
So you know what I'm saying, but my thing is that, but if you want your person that you're with to be loyal to you, then maybe you need to show some loyalty to you know what I'm saying, yourself. That's my thing.
Ooh, come on, preach! I'm about to get some money for that.
So listen, we would definitely want to know, what do you all think? Let us know. You can comment on our YouTube page, or you can comment if you're on Facebook Live.
Right.
I would definitely read your comments live here on live on air. So definitely let us know what you all think of this mailbox topic. I'll post it one more time right there. Most males are known to be overly promiscuous creatures, but are males designed to be with one person for life? So definitely comment, let us know. We would love to hear your thoughts on, like I said before, I'll definitely go ahead and read them live on air. All right, but we're going to keep this show moving and go ahead and get into a little, paying some bills. Let y'all know what it is. So we definitely want y'all, we definitely want you all to connect with us. Now, listen, there's many ways to connect with us. You can connect, on Facebook. Those of you who are watching on Facebook, you already know Facebook /Real Hot Fresh. We have Twitter at Real Hot Fresh FWM. FWM is Fly World Media. That's our media outlet. So once again, Twitter is at Real Hot Fresh FWM. Follow us on Instagram at Real Hot Fresh. And then, of course, YouTube /Real Hot Fresh. And remember, if you are on YouTube watching us, then let me tell you what you want to do. Hold on, I'm going to show you. Hold on, let me see. Bam! That's what you want to do right there. Okay, you want to subscribe, you want to like, and you want to share That's right, on our YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube, go ahead on and subscribe to the channel, okay? Because trust me, you're definitely gonna love the videos that we bring. All right, that's what's up. But right now, we're gonna go ahead and switch gears and get drunk off the juice with your boy Troy Weeks. Troy, what you got for us this week?
Oh, that's me. Y'all talk about me? Okay, cool.
Oh, you know what?
So this week's news, I specifically bought all of our news from TMZ because I get my news from all over the different places, but TMZ is one of my favorite, right? And so this week I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pay homage to TMZ because they had some good stuff. Okay, so first up on my list of TMZs today is a video that TMZ posted. It was a new video of a United Airlines passenger who died receiving CPR mid-flight COVID scare. Okay. So in the video, the United Airlines passenger who appears to have died from the COVID-19 complications was laid out in the middle of the floor getting CPR in a compact area. Seen in the footage at the moment, with fellow passengers stepped in to do chest compressions on the man, who fell unconscious earlier this week while United Flight 591 was up in the air and was on its way to LA from Orlando. Passengers said that the man's wife said that during the emergency, her husband had various symptoms, including loss of taste and smell, shortness of breath, yet he did not disclose this before boarding. Child. If you watch the video, it was a tense scene as passengers. I'm just saying, why would you not tell your wife, tell people you was having symptoms before you even got on the plane? They tell you that before you get on the plane, it says if you're having symptoms, don't get on the plane. Anyway,
Right.
if you watch the video, it was a tense scene as passengers surrounding rows looked on while one of the three trained professionals administered CPR for almost an hour before the plane could land in New Orleans and get the man to a hospital where he ultimately died. One of those people who was rotating and help was EMT Tony Aldapa, who gave us his firsthand account and says, he says it sounds like he was willing to risk potential exposure to help save this man's life. Clearly, no one knows for certain if the man had the virus, but some of the passengers believe he did, and also fear that they may have been infected. Tony tells us they took the man's mask off, but replaced it with an oxygen mask. Still, it creates lots of worry for those on board. It's a huge problem that has mostly gone unaddressed until now. The fact that there's virtually no way of weeding someone out who may have COVID from getting on a plane and putting someone else's life at risk. The honor system is only as good as the honesty of the passengers, and it's clearly a problem. United said it's working with health officials to reach out to passengers of that flight to let them know that they might have been exposed to the virus. Z-Fly, what you got to say about this one here?
Hold on.
Because you know you don't like to fly on planes, so I know you
Okay,
I ain't flying on the plane anyway.
I'm not getting on no plane. Okay, now listen. What was the topic of this? What was the topic of this? Like, what was the topic?
New video of United Airlines passenger who died receiving CPR mid-flight. COVID scare.
There you go. That's all I need to hear. Let me tell you something. No, you know what I'm saying? Listen, I do not like planes anyway. This does not help my case. You know what I'm saying? Because listen, you know me, I would get on a 15-hour bus trip to where I gotta go. So I think that's really sad. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is going on?
All those people too.
It is not funny.
He didn't say nothing to his wives or nothing. All those people. Man, that's crazy. Pay attention, y'all. I take planes and now I'm like, ooh, I don't know. Somebody fall out, I'm gonna go ride and hide in the bathroom until they land.
Right.
Number 2 on our list today. Some New York news now, okay? New York shooter man opens fire into a parked car and hits the passenger. A man in the NYC opened fire into a parked car from close range as he walked by on the sidewalk, and miraculously, the people inside survived the barrage of bullets. The insane shooting went down in Brooklyn last weekend while cops are desperately trying to solve with the public's help. They posted surveillance video of the shooting on their NYPD news account and asked anyone with info to come forward. As what led up to this, it's not entirely clear. Law enforcement sources reported the identified man seems to unload on the parked Saturn for no apparent reason. Although he fired into the driver's side window, it was only the passenger who ended up getting struck. Our sources say the female passenger was hit twice in the arm and the driver somehow spared. She was taken to a hospital where she was treated. The man who walked off like nothing had happened is still at large, and the NYPD is on the hunt. It's said that there's no motive at this time and it appears to have been a random act of violence. Crazy. If you see the video, literally, the police video shows up a man walking up to a car, boom, 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 shooting, getting closer into the car, shooting, boom, 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 and running away. This man is out here, y'all. If y'all see that video, if y'all in New York, I know if you watch the news, you've seen it. try to help them find this man. This is horrible.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's sad because they definitely said that the crime has really went up back in New York again because of, I guess because of COVID or whatever. But they said a lot of people are just stressed out. Now I don't know what his problem is, but yeah, people are just they're back doing crime, and and they're not worried about who you are. They're gonna do crimes. So that's what they're saying, and
Clearly, and that's
that's
what they're
bad.
showing.
Hmm.
I saw. I was making a. I was making a voiceover. I didn't put it out, but I was making a voiceover to a fight that happened in New York City like a couple days ago in the subway. It was crazy to me because these two girls was holding onto a wig. I'm like, if this girl's wig pops off, y'all all going in the train tracks. Like, who? What is going on? It was crazy. It was really crazy. But the fact that it's during COVID and this is how we doing. This is what we doing. This is what we doing. Last but not least, on Drunk Off the Juice, I have one more. One more topic. I have to give you three things to think about and to get drunk off of.
And I thank you.
And the third thing is this, y'all. Suspect shoplifter dragged through the grocery store by the security guards. This was in California. A woman suspected of shoplifting at the grocery store in Central California got dragged up by the security guards, like literally yanked across the tile floor like a mop. This wild incident. Yeah, no. If you watch the video, they dragged her across the floor. They dragged her like a mop across the floor. They just dragged that lady. No, that was by her arm. So the wild incident went down Wednesday at a Winco in Valselia, California, where the woman and a male friend were allegedly caught red-handed trying to take off with some pricey tequila. What happened next was brutal, according to the eyewitness who captured some of the mayhem on camera. The woman, 27-year-old Victoria Vargas, was manhandled by the security personnel, literally pulled by the arms all through the store while she was screaming. You can hear the guy recording it saying it's illegal for them to do that, but the fellas just kept on dragging her, The action then went outside when things got a little choppy and folks who didn't appreciate how Vargas was being dealt. So some homeboys out there was trying to jump in and help her fight up the security guards, but security held their ground and kept the woman pinned until the police eventually arrived. But get this, Vargas and her alleged male accomplice were arrested and booked for robbery, conspiracy to commit a crime, and a slew of other charges. What in the COVID is going on?
What is going on?
Drunk off the juice, y'all. That's crazy. Crazy. They dragged this woman and just dragged her. And like, how she got charged with robbery if they ain't even steal? They got caught trying to steal. So technically, you didn't steal.
Right. Got caught trying to steal.
Right.
I thought she didn't steal.
She didn't steal. Clearly,
they drug her. You say, listen. I'm telling you, you know what I'm saying? Listen, these days, don't nobody care if you're a male or female. If you know what I'm saying, if you're doing something, you're gonna get drugged. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna get drugged
Say it like
out
that.
of the place. Yeah, they don't care who you are. Listen, security guards, they off the chain. But I mean, she got caught trying to steal. She did not steal, but she got caught trying to. So now look what happens whenever you get caught trying to steal. Imagine if you stole the stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Hello. That would have been on the news for real. That would have been on world national news, okay?
No, that's right. Everybody, you are now drunk off the juice for this week. Thank you so much to Troy Weeks Music for bringing us that juice. We're definitely going to keep this show moving. We're going good. Hopefully, everybody's enjoying the show because I'm definitely enjoying it. I'm at full speed right now, and I'm ready to get into the next segments. But before we do, we definitely want to go ahead and let everybody know that here at Fly World Media, you know what I'm saying, we try our best and do our best, you know what I'm saying, to always bring you entertainment, you know what I'm saying, whether it's things that's really happening, entertainment, celebrity news, gimmicks or not gimmicks or games or giveaways, whatever it is that we're doing, we always want to make sure that the audience is having great, and we always want to bring you good up to date information. But however, you know what I'm saying, but like with any ship, with any company, with anything, it takes support. So we definitely want to let you know that if you do want to support the Fly World Media and what we do here, you can definitely drop us some coins in the Cash App. That's right. Forever Live Young is the Cash App. So we would definitely be appreciated. Just let you know that pennies and dimes and nickels and dollars, it makes us holler. And and it definitely makes the brand continue to run and function. So anything that you would like to support the brand here, we would definitely appreciate it, and we thank you for all that you do, and just always tuning in to us each and every time that we are live. All right, everybody. So we're gonna go ahead and keep it moving. All right. So now, Mr. Troy Weeks Music. Now it's time to get thirsty. Are you ready to get thirsty as
A little
fuck?
bit thirsty. Just a little bit thirsty.
A little bit thirsty. Okay, let's
Yeah.
see. All right, everybody. So y'all know now. Listen, everybody. I was gonna screen share, but my screen share is acting up. So I'm about to do it the old school way, and I'm about to just use my phone and show y'all who I'm talking about. All right. So first up on Thirsty as Fuck is Miss Kendall Gender. Now, basically, she posted some
I,
pics.
uh,
What? Hold on.
nothing. I'm listening.
Right. Yeah, she posted some pics when she was in the water. I don't know if she's out of the country or whatever, but she just said jelly got me. So my thing is that's Miss Kendall. You know what I'm saying? Looking like a snack. There she go again. She's just acting like she's just checking her her glasses or whatever. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Troy, what do you think? Do you think she's thirsty, or do you think her thirst is quenched? What you think?
No. I think she's very thirsty. If she wasn't
Oh,
thirsty, she would have been out there with her friends, just sitting there chilling. You know what I'm saying? Having a drink, but she was by herself, showing off her everything. Yeah, it was a little thirsty.
right.
Yeah.
Exactly. All right, so Troy thinks she's thirsty. For me, I'm definitely gonna. You know what? I actually like Kendall. I like Kendall, so I'm gonna say. Oh no, I like Kendall. Okay, so I'm gonna say she's quenched, and I'm probably biased because I do like Kendall. I mean, out of the most of the Jenners and the Kardashians, I do like Kendall because you know what I'm saying. I mean, I think that probably paparazzi or somebody just called her. You know what I'm saying? She didn't know, but then again, it is her camera though, so her friend. But you know what I'm saying? I mean, look, she just doing her thing. She ain't trying to look too
Yeah,
thirsty.
you got it.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna say she's quenched. I'm gonna say she's quenched, Troy. All right, cool. All right, next up is actually we have a he's like a reality public figure. His name is he goes by Kendall. And basically Kendall he's just kind of lounging on the bed. He says waiting on Thanksgiving and Christmas like that's how he's waiting on Thanksgiving and Christmas like that. You know what I'm saying? He's in his boxers, got like a sweater on or whatever. I mean, the boxers kind of flared open a little bit. You probably could, get an idea of something. But Mr. Troy Weeks, what do you think? Do you think Mr. Kendall is thirsty or is he quenched?
No, he got a little quench look going. He's just, chilling, hanging out, just trying to look fly, doing the normal things that people normally do on their Instagram. It doesn't look too thirsty.
Right. And I'm gonna follow you. And I'm saying, yeah, he's quenched too. You know what I'm saying? He's just kind of chilling. You know what I'm saying? Just probably watching some Housewives or something. You know what I'm saying? Trying to figure out his next move in this entertainment world. So yeah, I would definitely give Kendall. He is just he's quenched. All right. So last on the list tonight for Thirsty Esfa is we have this girl. I don't know if she's a rapper or what is she. But she goes by the name of KKV. I guess it's maybe KK Vicious or something. I don't know. KKVSH. And she said, "What vitamin is in banana?" So now she got a whole banana. Look like
She thirsty.
so. And listen, she ain't thirsty, is she?
She
What?
real thirsty. She might as well just pour some water on her,
Exactly.
throw the whole bucket of water on her. She thirsty.
You know what I'm saying? So like her thing is she wanna know what vitamin is in banana. Like, come on now, girl. Yeah. So I'm gonna follow suit and give her thirsty as well. All right, so y'all can also let us know what your comments as what you think tonight on our thirsty celebrities, our quenched celebrities as well. All right, so let's go ahead and keep it moving, shall we, people? And I'm gonna go ahead and give y'all some in the know. And then be sure to stick around because once we do have Mr. Duncan Kirkwood, he's coming up next. So definitely stick around for that interview. He's going to be putting us on to what we need to be doing. All right, but let's get into some end to know right now. And my whole end to know today is going to be all about the COVID-19 stimulus deal coming for Christmas. I'm pretty sure a lot of you all have heard it. So I'm just going to just tell you some updates on what's going on. So a 900 billion COVID-19 stimulus package is heading toward a final agreement in Washington. It's a breakthrough for who will benefit people who have lost their jobs amid the pandemic and will have their benefits extended. Small businesses that are trying to be made partially whole as new cases surge throughout the country and keeping people home. The losers are state governments and local governments that lost billions of dollars in revenue and have been pushing for a direct aid since the spring. The final COVID-19 relief measure of the Congress has been under discussion since the spring, but the talks remain locked in neutral as cases began to pile up in parts of the nation's Sunbelt, but largely flattened in New York, which had been an expenser. Um, it was a Republican rep said both parties in both chambers are close to reaching a final deal. Tom Reed, the chairman of the Bipartisan Problem Solvers Caucus in Congress, when it's inked, this would be a huge victory for the American people and for the way Congress should work. Democrats and Republicans sitting at the table, putting country ahead of the party. New York's Governor Andrew Cuomo had been previously reassigned to the stimulus measure, not including aid for state and local governments. He had broadly endorsed the package that was under consideration while also acknowledging the incoming Joe Biden administration will likely push for a bigger measure for early 2021. The nation's governors had planned to speak with the president-elect on Wednesday, but on Wednesday in Albany, Cuomo again knocked Congress for failing to provide aid to states, as the focus will also turn toward vaccine distribution. New York is freeing up $1.5 billion to entities the state funds in order to provide them with cash flow between now and March at the latest. When the state budget is due, Cuomo has warned, however, that spending reductions and tax increases on upper income earners are likely necessary to close the budget gap. He said that we can't lose essential workers in the central organizations, especially with what we're doing now. So, so that's a little bit about the stimulus. Also, more of an update I heard, Troy, is actually that they're going to be reducing things like people, you know what I'm saying? I guess people who are unemployed or whatever are going to be getting $600. People who are on unemployment, they'll be getting $300 a week. And then I
Wait,
believe,
what?
yeah, that's the update. Yeah, so instead of the 1,200, now it's going to be 600. That's actually the actual update. Yeah, and then people who are on unemployment will be getting 300 a week, and then like small businesses and things like that, they're gonna have a big amount of money for like small businesses and hospitals and things like that. But like people, like individuals who gets their stimulus check, it's gonna be 600, opposed to the 1,200 that the president was trying to push out there. So that's kind of what's going on. So what are your thoughts on the stimulus?
I mean, been waiting on it long enough. If it happens, I guess hooray, hooray. But it's always some bullshit when it's up in the air when it comes to them agreeing, disagreeing, and moving. When it come. I'll be grateful. You know what I'm saying? One of those people that am out of work because of COVID. You know what I'm saying? And so I got to figure out other ways and other means to make it happen. So let's figure it out. Taking too long.
Let's figure it out. That's what's up. And everybody, you are now in the know. All right, so cool, everybody. So everybody, once again, if you're watching from YouTube, be sure to subscribe, like, and share. If you're watching us from Facebook right now, be sure to go ahead and follow us on Facebook, because we definitely do bring a lot of great things on things that we're doing, things that we're going to be doing, and so much more. Throwback Thursdays, Flashback Fridays. We have a lot of great things that's going on. All right, but right now we're going to go ahead and get into our guests for tonight. He is a speaker, trainer, author, and so much more. So just to name a few, tonight he'll be reminding us that despite our upbringing, job status, or going through a pandemic, we can still have the life that we want. All it takes is being interactive and impactful with the help of resilience. He'll also be sharing with us his new book, Rerouting. So with all that being said, with no further ado, let's go ahead and welcome Mr. Duncan Kirkwood to the show.
All right,
hey, Mr. Kirkwood, how are you? Oh, hold on, wait, you're on mute. Hold on, let me see. Can we fix this? Let me see.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah. Here we go. Okay, now we're in business. How are you?
I'm doing well. Good evening. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, yes.
Thank you. Yes, thank you so much for being with us and keeping it real hot and fresh. I'm really looking forward to this interview. I'm really, I definitely want to get to know you a lot better, and I'm pretty sure the audience do as well. So let's get started. So with that being said, now without giving us the whole enchilada, just tell us a little bit about what you do. Don't tell us everything, just a little
Okay,
bit.
just a little bit. Okay, I try to be brief. So
Okay.
when I was, I'm sorry, I got this ring light all in my face here. Okay, when I was let me take these glasses out. When I was in the military, one of my jobs was to train soldiers to become more resilient. What happened was in like 2012, more soldiers died from suicide than died in combat in Iraq and Afghanistan. So they had officers like me get trained to be master resilience trainers, and then we would go train soldiers in different units to become more resilient. So fast forward, when I got out of the military, I took that training and I mixed it with some really deep philosophical, metaphysical principles around purpose and presence and being, and I made all of that into something that the everyday average person could use to become more resilient, overcome setbacks, and have a more purpose-driven life. And so I did that, created this book, Rerouting. We released it in March, and lo and behold, the pandemic hit, and people really been feeling isolated and anxious and having all these mental health issues. So my book was really timely in that it's helped so many people to like get through this difficult time. And so to date, we've sold over 1,400 copies, and we're just really excited to get this message out. That's why I was so excited to come on the show with y'all to talk to y'all audience, just to give some tips on resilience, and hopefully I can, lift somebody up or help somebody while they're in a trouble situation or troubled time right now going through COVID.
Definitely. You know what? For one thing, congratulations on the 1,400 copies. So
Yes.
congrats on that. You know what? One thing now, you're a speaker, you're a trainer, you're so much more. But I do know that since the environment that we're in, you have been kind of forced to do virtual training. So tell us about, do you find the virtual training as impactful as face-to-face training?
Yeah. So the answer, of course, is no. Right? You lose. There's an energy when you're in the room. Y'all know. I can tell from y'all energy. Y'all know when you in the room with some folks, you training or you doing anything that's positive or powerful. There's like a collective like energy that everybody's feeding off each other and positivity and moving forward. And you just can't simulate that on Zoom or StreamYard or any.
Right.
Like you just can't simulate that. But virtual does other things, right? So it's like pros and cons. So the con is you don't get that same exchange of energy, but the pro is now you don't have to physically go to a place. So whereas your network might have been the Northeast, the tri-state area, now I can do virtual trainings in Australia, in South Africa, in California, and it's nothing because I could just, log into the virtual room and boom, we could do the training that way. The second benefit to doing virtual trainings is people are in their house. They're in their own space. So when you in person, you say, okay, we're going to do an icebreaker, y'all. Y'all in a conference room at a hotel, y'all in a ballroom, or, so you got to use that space, which is like not their personal space. But if we do it virtual, I can say, all right, go grab something that means something to you. Right? You can go physically into somewhere in your house and get something that means something to you. It's a different energy when you bring something that's yours into our training space. So it's a pros and cons thing.
That's what I'm saying. You make it more personal. Cool, man. All right, Troy Wicks, what do you got?
Yeah. So I know you said that in the army, in the military, not army, in the military, you started doing the resilience training. Has this something you always wanted to do, or did you see yourself originally doing something else?
No, not at all. So when I went to college to be a publicist. I was gonna be like the guy that gets people in magazines or gets them into newspapers. That's what I went. I went to a black college in Alabama.
Alabama State, right? Come on, shout out.
And so, I went there for public relations, right? And when I was what happened was I was in the military, and 1 month I was like broke. You know what I'm saying? I was in, life. You know what I'm saying? And so my finances wasn't where I wanted them to be. And I went to my commander. I said, listen, I need you to send me to a training. So in the military, if you do extra training, you get paid extra. So they said, okay, they listed all these trainings. I said, okay, that one is 2 weeks long. Let me go to that one. MRT is Master Resilience Training. I said, that sounds cool. So they sent me from, my unit was in Tuscaloosa. They sent me to Fort Stewart in Georgia. And so I go there for 2 weeks, and this training just was off the chain. You know how when you go to work trainings, it's been boring, death by PowerPoint, it's 8,000 slides. Nah, this was like interactive, energy, power, and it was just so powerful, and it really stuck with me. So I enjoy going back to the units and bringing that training to help people to overcome their setbacks.
Got it. Awesome. So since we're going there, let's talk about rerouting and how did it all actually begin and happen? Because you had the training, you were doing the trainings, you were making it happen. Now it's in a book. How did you make it? Where did this all come from?
Yeah, so I ran for office. I ran for political office here in Buffalo, New York. That's where I live at. I ran for a countywide position. And what happened was I was working for a great organization through the Urban League here. And they said, if you run for office, you have to quit your job. Because technically the organization was a nonprofit and they had these bylaws where candidates couldn't work there, blah, blah, blah. So me and my wife made the decision, well, quitting my job. So I quit my job, ran for office. I didn't win, which was a travesty because I was the best candidate by far. I was ready for the fight for the people. Right. But anyway, I ran the Black Lives Matter chapter here. I've been writing policy for like 10 years. Like I'm ready. And I thought like that was my moment, right? And I didn't win. You know what I mean? They couldn't beat the political machine. So then after the election, I get all these job offers. And I was thinking like, you know what? I don't want to just take a job just to be working. I want to be paid to follow my dreams and do what I'm called to do. And so I was trying to figure out what that was. And I had this on my heart to write this book, this training I had, this professional development, all of this stuff I had. I'm like, I should write a book. I'm going to get to it. Then I finally had this time. You know what I mean? Like sometimes God will just open up a path for you. And I looked up, it's July 1st, and I don't have nothing on my calendar until like August or September. I'm like, I'm going to use this time to write this book. And so I'm going to be honest. I don't know any authors personally. I didn't grow up in a family of, educated scholars, so, in the dark trying to figure this out. But what I realized was you don't have to know how you're going to get from step 1 to step 29. You don't got to know every step. Right. All you have to do is be bold enough to take the first step. So because once you take the first step, your view changes, right? So when I decided to write the book, I have no knowledge of how to write a book. Okay. I watched a couple of YouTube videos. They want to charge you, pay $500 for this mini master's class. And you don't know which one is legit. Right. So I said, you know what? I know I got to write, right? If I'm gonna write a book, I know I have to write. So I start writing, right? Then the next step, I said, okay, well, I got to organize my thoughts. So I wrote an outline. And then the outline became the chapters, and I had to fill them in. Then after I did that, I said, you know what? I need to get this edited. Then I said, oh, wait, are there editors online? So I went to Fiverr, and I went to some other sites, and I looked up editors. There's a whole market of book editors. So I paid to get it edited. Well, now I need a cover art. Well, on the same websites, they got people who do graphics, right? And on and on. It's like every step I took gave me energy and momentum, but I also could see the next step once I did it. I couldn't see how to find a book editor before I started. I needed the energy to get started first. So every step I'm learning as I'm going, and now I can say proudly, as of 3 weeks ago, a major publishing house is going to relaunch my book in 6 languages across the world. So God is just so good. It just, you know what I mean? But it's all about being bold enough to take that step. Everybody got a dream. I'm not like some unique person who I'm the only one who had an idea or only one who's been through ups and downs in life. Everybody got a testimony. The question is, are you going to break out of the day-to-day and take the step towards your dream? In the pandemic, I'm sorry, I know this is like a long answer to your question, but
no, I love it. Can you drop some of the jams? Keep that. Go ahead, I'm listening.
So the pandemic for a lot of people has been hard, and I'm not gonna minimize that. You're like, right? People have lost their lives. People have lost their jobs. I mean, people are feeling isolated. Suicide is going up. Depression is going up. Anxiety is going up. There's uncertainty. Now it's a vaccine, but we don't know if we want to take it or if we should take it. Can you trust the government? It's just so much, right? But there's another side to this pandemic too. Churches ain't open. You can't go to church like you used to. All them random community meetings you was going to, they all canceled. All the recitals, all of the after schools. All of a sudden, if you look up at your calendar, you got an extra 2-3 months of time. So now that business that you was thinking of starting, that nonprofit that you always wanted to launch, that podcast that you wanted to get going, now you actually have the time to build the foundation to do it. So get off of Netflix, quit binge watching all your favorite shows on Hulu and Disney Plus, right? And take a step towards your own goal and purpose. And so once you start doing that, you get into this flow. It's like Oprah talks about, it's like the flow, they call it the flow of the universe. And it's like once you get in flow of your purpose and you creating, opportunities just come out of nowhere. They're just endless. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, I don't even remember the original question, but that's where I'm at right now.
Woo, no, you just put it on fire. First of all, there was some things that everything happens for a reason. So it was definitely some things that needed to be heard, and it was definitely in the right time. So I'm gonna move it over to Z-Fly. I know he has a question, and another question too, because I can go all day. But thank you for what you just did, because you don't know how many people needed that. Yes, sorry. Z-Fly, take it away.
Yes, let me tell you something. Thank you so much, Troy. And my thing is, just listening to him, I was like, he is so, it's like you are so on point. We don't say we're just saying that, like everything is closed. You know what I'm saying? People are trying to figure out, okay, what can I do? What do I need to do? Like you said, a lot of people, they are just, just doing the Hulu, doing the Netflix. But a lot one thing that I read about you is that, not only do you teach and you help adults, also you help students as well, as far as high school students or just students, and a lot of times we always hear that the children, they're the next generation, they're the future. So can you tell us how important would you say it actually is, to have millennials and the Gen Z generations to stay empowered?
Yeah, so what's interesting about this next generation? I'm 35, so I could say the next generation, right? I'm young, I'm old enough but young enough, right? So this next generation, it's real interesting. They're not the type to go along to get along. This next generation is confronting oppression and racism everywhere, right? Like my parents' generation was kind of like, all right, let's not make waves. You just deal with it, working from the inside. These new young folks, they like, nah, that's wrong. And they just coming up against it, right? So that same fire, I try to get them to have about their own life and purpose, where you don't have to wait to be great no more. It used to be where you needed to like go to high school, go to college, work a crappy job for 5 years, and then finally you'll get like a good job, right? That was like the flow. Now with the internet, with the virtual world, with influencers, with all the podcasts, all the media, all the music, like if you are a young person and you got a dream, you can start right now.
Yeah.
You a high school student, you 15, 16, let me tell you something. I was on Snapchat the other day. Right? And I'm on Snap, I'm like everybody else. I'm on social media, right? So I'm on Snapchat, and there's this thing called Tag. You remember the game Tag when you were a kid? You run around and play Tag.
Yeah, I love that game. I will always lose, but I remember it.
Everybody loves Tag, right? Well, there's a World Tag League where real athletes travel around the world and compete against other teams in like a tag stadium that they created. Okay.
Wow.
So here's the point of that. One, it's awesome to watch. But two, these people just took something that they like to do and they made it their employment. They made it their career, and they're being successful doing it. So what I tell young people is whatever is your passion, when I was young, I used to get in trouble because I talked too much. Now I get all my money from running my mouth. People pay me thousands of dollars to show up and run my mouth, right? So the thing that you're good at as a young person, that can be your career. The thing that you have joy in, that can be your, it's to the point where if you like a certain cartoon, you can start a Facebook group and thousands of other people who like the cartoon to be in the group. And all of a sudden you start getting sponsors who want to pay you to put stuff in the group, right? It's like, this is a new world. It's a new world. So I tell young people, it's like, listen, this is your world, but the one principle hasn't changed. To be successful, you need to work hard. That has not changed, right? And so if you want success, if you want to have that life, you want to live your dream and walk in purpose, then you got to be willing to work hard, right? But once you start working, you build a flow. Like if you think of if you think of a singer, she in the studio, she's singing tracks for 12 hours. You know what I mean? She just can't get the hook right. They try it, right? To somebody else, you might be like 12 hours, dang. But to that person that's walking in their purpose, they like, man, that was a good day. We finally got that track down. Right?
Exactly.
And so you got to get into your purpose, and you got to get there soon, because you don't have to wait anymore as a young person.
I love it. So many people need to hear this and they don't even know it. And if they do know it, they just need to really, just listen and just really take heed of this. So now tell us, what is one thing that you like for people to take away from either your training or from reading your book? Like, what is that one thing you want people to grasp from what you're saying?
Thank you. That's a great question. So if there's one thing I want people to take from my trainings, from the books, it's that you are in control.
There you go.
Right. That's the piece. I don't want to get too deep in the weeds because I don't know how much time we got, but I'm gonna tell you this. This is the thing. Most people function like robots. If you program your Alexa to turn the lights on at 4 o'clock, what's gonna happen at 4 o'clock? Them lights is coming on. Right? You programmed it, something happens, and then there's a reaction. That's how most of us operate. We are programmed in our responses. Job say you got to be there at 8, you show up at 8. Sign says stop, you stop. Somebody cut you off in traffic, you give them the finger. We're constantly reacting to life, right? Very rarely do people have something come from the inside, say, I have this thought, I have this idea, and then they go create it, right? Because we have a choice. When that person cuts you off in traffic, you could just be like, oh man, glad they didn't hit me. That was close. Whew. All right, back to the music. Right, back to the music. Right. So we have this incredible power. A lot of people say, "Well, I'm not programmed. I'm woke. I'm woke. I'm not programmed." Let me tell you something. Everybody has some level of programming, because that's how our society is meant, and it crushes our individuality. It crushes our awesomeness, our ability to dream at a very young age. And so I do this example. I say, all right, let's have a moment of prayer. You think you're not programmed, but let's have a moment of prayer. So I say, who's going to lead us? And I'll get somebody to lead us in prayer, right? So then everybody bows their heads, close their eyes, the whole routine, right? And then at the end of prayer, I say, because I'm Christian, I'm Baptist, so at the end of the prayer, I'm like, all right, so just say the dude named John. Okay, John, you said you're not programmed. What happened? And I say, walk me through what just happened. He'll say, John led us in prayer, and he go through. I said, okay, well, what happened with your eyes? He said, I closed my eyes. And I said, what happened with your head? He said, I bowed my head. I said, okay, who told you to do that? Why did you do that? He said, oh, that's how you pray. I said, okay, where does it say that at? Oh. He said, it's in the Bible. I said, no, that ain't in the Bible.
Come on now. Come on.
So then he paused. No, I said, no, that's not in there. So he Googled it. People are like, wait a minute. They Google it and it looks up. Oh, surprise. Bowing your head and closing your eyes is not how you pray. The Bible, when they talk about praying, they say go pray in a quiet place, like in a closet. They don't tell you to sit in a circle, bow your head, and close your eyes. You do that because that's what they tell you to do at church.
That is
you
so
do
true.
Because you are programmed that when it's time to pray, that's how you. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Right. I'm saying we all have programming, and we can't always see it. Right. So we have to do the work to drag ourselves out of that programming. Right, so that we can have original thoughts, original ideas, and creativity. We were all born artists and creative and beautiful and unique and gifted, full of love and joy. Everything negative, we had to get taught. You had to get taught that you're insecure. Ain't no animals running around the planet insecure. Worrying about what somebody with another deer. One deer ain't worried about what the other deer is saying about them. Right? We were taught to be insecure because they want us to be consumers. Right, because if you're insecure and the only way that you have value is if you have these shoes with somebody's name on them, or this car with a certain name, that's how you get value. Things, titles, roles, right? That's why some people are like, oh, I'm PhD. You got to call me doctor, right? Okay. They identify with that title, right? Mm-hmm. But who we are, that's connected to God, connected to the universe, whatever language you want to use, who we are is not affected by what shirt you got with somebody's name on it, or what title they put, what letters they put next to your name in the email, right? Who you are is so much more. I'm not knocking buying nice stuff. I like nice stuff. Me and my wife, we like nice stuff. Right. Okay? I love buying new LeBrons. You know what I mean? So, but I don't get my value out of that. Right. My value is so much deeper. It's like the deepest part of the ocean. So that's what I know that's a lot, but that's the energy I want people to come out of my books and training with. Like, man, I am powerful beyond measure. I am amazing. Like, I don't have to be just sucked into reacting to everything. I'm about to go to work tomorrow at a crappy job I hate. Why? So first, Let's start your exit plan to get you on into your purpose. But even while you at that crappy job, lean into it, right? Be a most amazing cashier at Family Dollar ever. And guess what? It ain't gonna take but 3 weeks. Listen, it ain't gonna take but 3 weeks before they promote you. If you are the best, you're the best cashier at Family Dollar ever. In 3 weeks, you'll get promoted. In 2 months, you keep it up. In 2 months, you'll be the store assistant manager.
Yeah.
After 3 years, guess what? You're gonna be looking to open your own Family Dollar.
Come on.
But you gotta be the best version of yourself. You gotta show up.
Definitely. Oh my God, listen, Duncan Kirkwood, you definitely kept it real hot and fresh. Let me tell you something. You definitely gotta let everybody know what's up and coming. Like, what do you got coming up?
Yeah, so in January, I got a bunch of conferences. I'm the only male speaker at the Soul Ascension Conference for Unlocking Dharma and Female Leadership. It's a global conference on female leadership. I'm the only male speaker. It starts on January 1st. So that'll be that. And people can follow me on Facebook and get all of these are free that I'm about to name. I'm also speaking at the Free Artists Movements Conference in mid-January, and that's going to be a 10-day conference as well, virtual. And then I'm doing a Leading Through Love and Faith keynote for a virtual retreat rather, starting on January 31st. So all of these dates will be on my Facebook, which is just at Duncan Kirkwood. All my social media is at Duncan Kirkwood. And my website is duncankirkwood.com. If somebody wants to get a copy of the book, I'll sign it. I'll put a little bookmark in there, give them an inspirational message. But stay connected because we're going to continue to do big things, and we always got something positive going on. And usually it's free, so people can be a part of it.
That's what's up. Everybody, once again, this is Duncan Kirkwood. Definitely be sure to go out and get rerouting. Let me tell you something, Troy. I already feel like, what I'm saying, I got some empowerment just from tonight. So, listen, I'm looking forward to tomorrow and the rest of my life. Thank you so much. I would definitely be buying the book and so much more from you. Once again, thank you so much for keeping it real hot and fresh. And you be blessed, my friend. Thank you so much.
Oh, yes.
Thanks. Y'all have a good evening.
Right. Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
All right, everybody. So that is how we do it. We keep it real hot and fresh. That was, I really, really enjoyed that. Let me say something. This is what people need in a time like this. I'm saying, he's right. There are a lot of people that, whenever you lose your job or whatever it may be going through, and not even just pandemic, Troy, just life in itself, people can really feel down and feel like, there's nothing else. But he let us know today, we all.
If you don't know now, you know. Get it together. Yes. Resilience, baby. Yes, that was dope. I loved it. Yeah. Yes.
Cool beans. All right, everybody. So we're about to get up out of here. We do got the segment, my ancestors. I'm my ancestors as well. There's dream coming up, but before we do, definitely gotta go ahead and pay some more bills. So once again, be sure to follow us on our YouTube page, at YouTube.com/Real Hot Fresh, and please subscribe, like, and share. We would definitely appreciate you so much if you do that. Also, everybody, we want to let you know that if you are interested in being a guest on our show, like Mr. Dunkwood was tonight, then we definitely will like that. Definitely be sure to send us an email at right here, rhfartist@gmail.com. Send us a bio, a picture of yourselves. Tell us a little bit about yourself, and you just be telling your story here and keeping it raw and fresh with the best. That's right. So definitely be sure to go ahead and lock that email address in and be a guest on our show. And also anybody who like to do partnerships or anything like that, that's what we're definitely looking for on sponsorships as well. We're definitely looking for people to work with, sponsorships, things like that. Just do any business opportunities. Definitely be sure to hit us right here at f.l.y.entertainment12@gmail.com. And if I said it too fast, then just read the bottom right here. There's the email right there. Be sure to go ahead and lock that in. And and we can, we can talk some business and see what's good. All right, everybody. But I definitely hope that you definitely enjoyed the show tonight. I definitely want to thank my co-host Troy Weeks Music for just always just being him and just always being so original and an individual. And I love you, my friend. I love you,
friend. No, thank you for believing in me, and I was given an opportunity to do what it is that I do. I wasn't doing radio before you. So you're my first radio show, and we've been together over 2 years now. So thank you for giving me an opportunity to be a part of a radio show, do red carpet events, host events, do all kind of things. Maybe be up in the VIPs and the parties and all that. Listen, when you stick with something, you get the rewards.
That part, yeah.
Season's in now. We co-host. You get the rewards.
Okay, here we go. Yes, we go. All right, and everybody, also real quick, be sure to follow Duncan Kirkwood. Once again, he's at Duncan Kirkwood on most social media, on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Duncan Kirkwood. I'll put it up here one more time in case you want to know how to spell his name. There you go, right there, Duncan Kirkwood. Be sure to follow him, and then also definitely be sure to go ahead and get that book, Rerouting. I believe it's on Kindle, but it's also it's on other on platforms as well. If you follow him, you'll definitely be sure to know where to purchase it. And I do want to thank him so much again for keeping it raw and fresh. All right, but we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. And Mr. Troy Weeks Music is gonna take us out on a very serious note.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Ladies and gentlemen,
tell us why our ancestors are our wildest dreams. Who we got this week?
So this week, my ancestors' wildest dream goes to none other than Denzel Hayes Washington Jr.
Okay.
First and foremost, he's a big inspiration to me. And there's a quote that he said. I was watching a video on YouTube, and he said this: if you want to be successful, you have to do two things. You have to surround yourself with people who are already successful doing what it is that you want to do, or surround yourself with people who are just as motivated to be successful and motivated to make things make moves and make things happen just as much as you are. And so I've always stuck with me, and I've always followed it, and I've always preached that to other people. Denzel Washington was born December 28, 1954. He's an American actor, director, and producer. He is described as an actor who has reconfigured the concept of classic movie stardom, associated with characters defined by the grace, dignity, humanity, and inner strength. He has received 17 NAACP Image Awards, 3 Golden Globe Awards, 1 Tony Award, and 2 American Academy Awards for Best Supporting Actor for playing Union Army soldier Private Trip in historical drama film Glory in 1989, right after I was born, a couple years, and Best Actor for the role of corrupt detective Alonzo Harris in the crime thriller Training Day. Y'all remember that?
Okay.
Get going, got nothing on me. So he's done a lot of amazing movies and done a lot of amazing things. Has been a great inspiration from Mount Vernon, New York. Went to Fordham University. Like, he's done amazing things for the actors community, the Black actors especially. He had especially strong relationship, mentorship relationship with Chadwick. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Wakanda forever. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like, we love you, bro. And speaking of that, to close out, if you guys ever had a chance to go over to Netflix and check out Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, you need to check it out. It was directed by the one and only Denzel Hayes Washington himself, as well as it has Viola Davis in it, and it also has Chadwick in it. So, man, it's time to really. If I could be hanging out with anybody and just sit in a room with them, it would be him. It will be Denzel Washington. Denzel Washington, you are our ancestors' wildest dream. Thank you for living your dreams each and every day and inspiring others to live theirs. Thank you so much from the Real Talk, Real Hot and Fresh team right here on YouTube and StreamYard.
Thank you so much for that, Troy. Everybody, that's our show tonight. I really hope you enjoyed it. Once again, we are keeping it real hot and fresh. It's the pop-up show. Be sure to be checking us out on our social media, because you never know when we'll be popping up again. But I will give you a little hint for next year, 2021. Troy and I may be coming with some reviews, our own reviews on some of your best reality TV shows and also YouTube shows as well. So we just may be coming. So we may be popping up very soon, everybody. So once again, we want to thank everybody for tuning in tonight. Thank you to Duncan Kirkwood for keeping it raw and fresh. And Troy, once again, thank you so much to you.
Yes.
Yeah, everybody, we'll see you later. But Troy, you stick around, because you got to talk about the new year. All right, y'all. Peace.
I'm leaving.
Stay fly, not high. Bye-bye.